As we enter our 4th month without faster-than-light travel, commonly referred to as the drift crisis, scientists still have no clue as to what caused it or how long we can expect to remain cut off from the rest of the galaxy. Without the safety of the drift, instances of piracy have also risen drastically. When reached out to for comment about these attacks, a Boss Corp spokesperson said they were devastated at the tragic loss of stock. In entertainment news, synth pop star
Hello, friends, and welcome back to another exciting episode of No Quest for the Wicked. Friends, I have a question. Actually, no, I have a demand.
Oh.
Give me your
going
fucking
off book
initiative.
already. You say initiative?
Oh, yeah, roll me some initiatives.
What? He's doing me proud.
I thought we were in the office.
Damn, my initiative sucks. I got a 13.
Oh, man. Okay. Back to level 2, eh? I got a 15.
I got a 10.
You see the camera like zooming through space, past stars, past a large ship with some towers on it and some lights, down into a central yard, past an asteroid field, past a green and blue planet that looks vaguely reminiscent of Earth, but with a lot of like dark cloud cover. And ahead of you, coming closer and closer, you see a mutilated planet. You see deep holes carved into it to the point where it looks like honeycomb or like a Kong dog toy. And on those strips of rock between these large chasms, as we zoom closer and closer, we see skyrises, office buildings. We see a fenced and guarded shipyard with far too many ships that look like they've been sitting there for a while in disuse. And we zoom closer and closer and closer to this large hall with crowds outside and the sound of chaos from within. And then we're going to cut back to the day before. Calalalu, Jesus Christ,
Calalalu.
That's going to be all season.
Yep.
Calalalu. You get to your desk first thing in the morning, and it's a grim commute these days. There are people sleeping on the street. There are people eyeing you with ill intent, half because they might want to rob you because supplies are running low on this planet since the drift crisis has cut it off, but the other half because you fired them. And you arrive to work. Give me a perception check as you sit down.
It's a good roll to start the episode. That's going to be a 26.
Amazing. The second you get to your desk, you see it. Small, almost imperceptible. But there's a tiny little fresh, wet drop on the corner of one of your files on the edge of your desk.
What, like a drop? Like of water?
Just like a little droplet.
Oh, I checked the file.
It's notes that you've been making over the last week about the firing and stuff, but you have a pretty good idea, I think, with that perception, where such a drop might have come from. And as you're thinking about creepy Carlsman, your phone starts to ring. Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo-doo.
You shouldn't have made the ringtone so good, man.
Calalalu.
And as you open it, a little like hologram unfolds, and you see your boss, Darman, and he's like, Kulula, hey, great to get you. Hey, hope you're hard at work. How are things there?
Oh, people are dying, starving on the streets. An uprising will probably come in any coming day. Probably start with upper management. I might be eaten. I could be fried.
Oh, Kalula, you're hilarious.
Oh my gosh, I know. It's so jokes.
You see the background is like, you see he's in his office upstairs.
Yeah.
But every now and then you'll see the background like flicker a little bit when they move, and you know it's fully just a background. So anyways, we've got I'm sure you've heard the big news about the job fair tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, lucky for you, a little field trip for yourself. You get to go out. We're gonna have you man in a Bosco desk, front and center, and you're gonna be interviewing people.
All right. Am I hiring or firing?
Oh, you cannot hire anybody.
Oh, okay.
We let a lot of people go. You know,
Yeah.
so tough, tough times. You know what I mean? I'm sure they're all doing fine. You're gonna be there. You're just gonna give people hope. You know what I mean? Give them
okay.
hope.
Sure.
We want to look good.
Hope is nice.
Exactly. Hope is nice. And that's why we're sending you. You're so good at connecting to the people. You give them the hope. And don't hire anybody. You cannot do that.
I would never. I haven't done that in 2 years, I think, at this point. I forget how.
Exactly. Right? You got the practice. You got the practice down. Keep doing what you're doing. Make us look good. Make us feel good. And if anyone asks, you know what to say. Just fob them off. All will be fine. Just make the company look good, and then you'll be back in the office Monday.
Boss
and hey,
Co is always looking out for you.
Kalula, what's going to happen if things go well?
You're going to get me off this planet?
We might be able to increase your rations for a day, maybe.
Oh, my ration, a whole
hey.
day?
Kalula, keep this between us, but if things go well, I'm thinking pizza party. Maybe for like 3 or 4 of you.
Holy shit. And cola?
What?
Do we get cola with the pizza?
Who is Cola one of our employee? No, Cola's not on the list. It's going to be you. It's going to be Carlsman.
Soft drink. Okay, yeah.
No, don't be ridiculous.
I'm just joking. It's one of my classic jokes.
Kalula, you're a real goofer.
I'm a goofer.
That's why we like you.
Yeah, that's what they say about me.
You hear like a splash, like someone jumping into a pool, and he's like, "Oh, new facts just came in. Still using those for some reason in the future. So I'm gonna go. I got law work to do. Maybe I'll pop by the fair tomorrow and I'll see you. But I'm pretty busy, so
I'm sure you are. Thank you. What was his name? Dorgan?
Darman.
Oh, Darman, you're the best.
Don't hire a goddamn person. Okay,
I
bye.
won't hire a soul.
Flash forward.
I'm going to shoot you one day.
It's like that guy has to die.
The room is chaos. There are bodies everywhere. You hear chattering in the distance, some screaming, some crying, some pleading, some begging, some some corporate bullshit jargon. You can hear like a glass smash in the distance. You hear ka-ching every few minutes. While all this is happening, there's just this smell of musk and desperation and sweat. And you're sat down on this dinky, rocky desk with like a thin kind of like room divider behind you and a circle of chairs in front of you. All of them are full. Everyone's leaning forward, just like staring at you expectantly.
Yes, next.
Hi, Calalalu. You remember me, right? And it's this little like bright pink Skittermander.
God, you're making me not hire Skittermander, Niall? Come on, man.
What did you say? Not hiring you're definitely gonna hire me. It's Jane. Jane. It's cool because we go way back because you fired me.
I did.
But I think when you did, you said there's gonna be new opportunities around the corner, and this is around the corner from then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did.
Maybe a few corners. It's been 4 weeks. I have a nice spot under a bench.
Yeah. Okay, that's really nice, Jane.
So I'm here, and.
Okay.
She just like starts slinging resumes towards you. I've been
only one. I only need one.
Well, the thing is, I've like spent like most of my money reaching out, and there's the lines for like the telecommunications because most of them are down because of the drift crisis. I've been spending a lot of money and lining up and reaching out to my old employers from really far away just to really get you the good references because I think it's gonna be good.
Okay. Why don't you tell me about yourself?
So, Jane, hi.
Yeah.
Six hands make light work.
You said that last time. I remember because I thought that was so funny.
And it's like not literal because I've never worked in lighting, but it means like your workload will be lighter and you work so hard, Kalala.
No,
Lu,
please.
Sorry, can I call you Kalala?
You can call me,
Calalalu.
It's fine. You can call me whatever you like, Jane.
Can I? Sorry, guys, 1 sec. She like skitters forward and kind of goes up and leans in. So, I think I've got an edge on everybody else.
Jane, you haven't even asked what job I'm hiring for.
Oh, I'll take anything. That's part of the edge. But everyone wants everything or anything. But they all want to get off planet, and I don't. So just promise me the job won't be off planet because I don't want to get killed by pirates. I'll stay on planet. Nobody wants that. So surely I have an edge, right?
You know, Jane, there is a lot of candidates. She points to the line of 1,000 people. And everyone will be considered equally. So I can't say who has an edge or whatnot because I haven't met everybody yet. And you know me, Calalalu doesn't like to lie. So I'm not going to say anything that I can't back up because you know how we do. You know, okay? So,
I know you're the nicest and the coolest. So I know you'll be fair. And you'll really give my stuff the consideration it deserves, which is a lot. Because look, 8 resumes, each one tailored to a different possible job.
Wow, that is so much effort. How much is paper going for nowadays?
More than food.
Okay. All right, Jane. I really appreciate it. And I wish you the best. Once again, I'm putting you on top of my pile, and I can't say what that means. And I can't say how many positions are available. You know how secret Bosco can be.
I know. Do you know when we'll find out?
Oh, we'll see. I'll send out some emails. Communication right now is a little bit delayed, so hopefully it won't be too long. Okay.
You're the best. Okay.
Oh, you're the best, Jane. You're the best.
And she turns around and runs into the crowd. Give me a perception check.
14.
It's just a glimpse. But as the crowd is moving past and as you're in that very brief breath between applicants, for half a second, you see the face of Creepy Carlsman through the crowd, this little fish in this water tank looking at you. And then someone moves by and they're gone.
I am going to kill you.
Dota.
Yeah.
You are in the press. People are rubbing off you left and right. All you can smell is sweat and terrible coffee as you're moving through and you're on the phone with your agent. It's Dota, darling, I'm doing my best out here, but there's no jobs. Nobody's gonna just scoop you from this end. You gotta do your work over there.
I know. That's why I'm here.
That's great. I'm just telling you. I tried, and I'm getting bupkis.
Listen, all we have to do is keep believing, and we'll get it.
God, that sounds weird to hear you say. Ha ha ha! Makes my skin crawl.
That's the opposite of what I'd like to do, so if we could just maybe rebrand the thinking as well,
Hey.
Keep spirits up.
That's for the people. That's not for me.
As I'm walking through the crowd, I'm fixing people's ties as well, and fixing their collars and just really deft sort of swift movements of fixing posture and stuff.
Which is interesting because while you're doing this, you see a small kind of Vesk in the corner, hands on his head, curled up, just hyperventilating on the ground.
On my communicator, I'm just darling, the people need me, and I hang up.
Well,
and I go over and I kneel down beside him and I put a hand on his big shoulders and I say,
God.
"Hey, buddy, what's wrong?"
Everything.
Now that's a big statement. Everything can't be wrong.
He looks at you like you're fucking insane.
Just take 1 second. Take a deep breath.
He's hyperventilating too much to take a breath, so he takes it, but in 10 different parts.
Hey, you see right there? There are several people who won't be drawing breath today, and you're one of the lucky ones. So that's not something that's wrong, right? We're still breathing.
It feels like they might be luckier than me. Maybe that's it.
No. Hey, I know what you're thinking. It's not a bad idea. It's a terrible
It's not a
one.
bad idea.
I reach into my side satchel and I pull out a obviously self-published book, and I flip it around on my finger, kind of spinny style, and I hand it over to him. And I say, I think you might benefit from this, and this one is on me. And when was the last time you got something for free, right? And it's a book that has me on the cover, thinking, and it says believe, and it's spelled B-U-L. Believe, but the first E is a U, and then the subtitle is the only thing missing was you. It's my self-help book.
I want to die.
Nice.
Are you hiring? Is that what you're hiring? I can work for you?
What I'm selling you right now is
I
belief.
thought you said it was free.
Yeah, it is.
You're selling it to me, though.
I'm encouraging you. Selling
Okay.
is different things mean different things.
See, this is why I'm so dumb. I'm so bad at interviews.
Hey,
I thought you meant selling like money. You meant
No.
selling like an idea.
that is my
Fuck.
fault. What are you good at? Name one thing, anything.
Hyperventilating.
Great. Do you know how many people need help breathing? There is
Me?
a whole industry of old people that don't like breathing on their own. You are breathing so much that you can be their respirator. I've seen it. People have been doing it for years now.
But they cut off health assistance for anybody over 50 on this planet. They said it'll help lessen the load if people,
Dota just like turns around for a second. It's just like, ugh. And then turns back around. And this place is like kicking him in the teeth. I look at this guy and I just say, listen, if you don't get your shit together, I will find you and make you regret the day you ever gave up. I'm going to try to intimidate him
Sure.
as my old habits kick in. I'm also going to activate my voice amplifier. So this is way louder than it should be. Not the best roll. That's a 18.
Yeah, well, hey, he's the minimum you need to hit, which is 15. He's just like, okay. He like stands and like he's clearly trying to go and do a thing, but doesn't know where to go or what to do.
I give him a real big slap on the back and say, that's it, sport. Go get him.
And you see him wandering towards like a group of people in the distance, presumably another interview, and he's off. What would you like to do?
I think I want to like post up near. I don't want to not audition, interview. I don't want to interview specifically. I want to like my thought process is I have to do something different. So I'm going to try to like be nearby a table and give people pep talks, hoping that the interviewer will see what I'm doing. And that will be,
Sure.
They'll be like, wow, look at that guy.
You go over and unless you're looking for something in particular.
No, I mean like any corporate job, which I'm assuming is all of them.
Yeah, you see Jam Inc. and this like big dude just kind of at the top of the table, just like really happy, just kind of at odds with everybody else. And he's just like, he's throwing out interview questions left and right. It's a big giant group interview of like 28 different people at once. And it's a nightmare. And you're posted up and people are like filing past you and like trying to join the throng.
As people are lining up, I'm going to look at like a small group. I say, y'all looking for Jam here, huh?
Anything.
That seems to be the theme. Okay.
Are you hiring?
I'm not hiring. I'm quite literally in the same position as you. I don't know why I don't know why people keep thinking I'm hiring. I'm wandering around the masses as much as you are.
It's just you said a thing to me. Everyone else just kind of elbowed me.
Right. But you need to understand that look what's happening in there. That's a group interview. That is the worst thing that we could get. We don't need a group interview. You need one-on-one time. You need time to connect.
I think the only person doing one-on-one is that big bird, but there's a line like 10,000 people long.
Hey, I'm not saying that it's impossible. I'm saying that you need to know your challenges before you walk into them. So
Okay.
take a look, stop, and I'm going to grab like, as many people as my forearms can allow to like move in. And I say, just watch, slow it down for a second, survey the situation, watch what they're asking, see the questions they're asking, see who stands out and who doesn't. And then when it's your turn, you can copy the good things and skip the bad things.
You hear the big guy behind the table be like, so what was the worst trait of your previous manager? And someone's like, they micromanaged. And another person's like, well, they just didn't really seem to know what was going on. And then one guy's like, managers can do no wrong. And the guy's like nodding at him.
I give everyone a nudge and say, see, now you know. They're corporate bullshit like everything else. You're not answering truthfully. You're giving them the answer they want to hear.
Hey, that's pretty helpful. Thanks, man. And they you see them force their way into the back and try to make their way towards the front.
I say loudly, once again, I turn on my vocal amplifier, which I think increases the volume of my voice to people can hear me hundreds of meters or feet away. And I say, Remember, a good employee is a subdued employee. And then I like look directly at that guy in the eye.
You see, the second you do that, like, you draw the attention of like these, like, there are guards everywhere, pretty heavily armed, and they kind of like look over at you, and the guy kind of notices you, and he calls someone over, in like a younger guy in a suit, and like sends him your way. And the guy comes up and he's like, hey, I didn't know there were people setting up here. What company you with?
Oh, I'm a freelancer.
Okay. And you're going to be hiring because this is kind of our space.
Oh no,
and you're kind of loud.
I'm for hire.
You're for hire.
Yes.
Okay. What's your whole deal?
Well, I'm seeing you guys working very hard here.
Of course, always.
I think a man on the floor, a recruiter, as you would, might be handy for you. You know, I say out, I wander around, and I bring you primo candidates instead of, just sort of the riffraff that's wandering around.
And by primo, you mean what metric do you judge worth, sir?
How productive they would be and how much money they'd make you.
So, no.
I get real close to this guy, and I say, you're going to give me an interview, or it will be the last thing you don't do. And I'm going to intimidate him. Hey, there we go. That's a 27.
Yeah, for sure. He's like, Jesus, look, man, it's not me, but like, look, don't hurt me, man. Just, this is a dream. Everyone's desperate. You know who we're hiring? The people paying to be hired. We're not even paying people. We don't want primo. We want desperate. People are so miserable right now. It's a dream. Unless you got more money than that, dude. And you see the smarmy guy who was nodding, just like leaning back and like winking at the big guy. You can pay, if you can pay more an hour to get on our crew, you can take his spot. But we don't want primo. We want desperate, and we got desperate in spades.
That defeats Dota a little bit. That's not the answer Dota wanted to hear. You see for the first time sort of like his shoulders like kind of slump forward, and he loses that posture, and he says, "Oh, all right then. Good to know."
Look, sorry, dude. Yeah. And he turns to leave, and then he turns back and he goes, by the way, has anyone ever said you kind of remind them of like Xavier? You know, the talking guy? Anyway, I gotta go. And he turns away.
You see for a very brief second, any electronic device on him begin to and then it stops.
Brexit. You are wandering through the crowd.
I forgot your name was Brexit.
Armed with the tools of your trade, as the crowd slam and move past you, and you've been in throngs like this before. It reminds you of a battle, but this time you're holding a turbo mop, and on your back, slung instead of a rifle, is a turbo broom as you move through the crowd. And it's been a pretty bad day. There's not the usual amount of food scraps and wrappers and empty coffee cups that you would expect, because there's pretty much no food or coffee going, but a lot of people are throwing up from nerves. So it's not been the best day to be a janitor at this spot.
Jesus Christ.
But as you move through the crowd, ahead of you hear ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. And the crowd parts, and you see this heavily armored coffee cart surrounded by guards. And the desperate few who really need or want coffee and have the funds left to do it are going up and using their cash app to purchase these obscenely expensive, and just from the smell, terrible, the same grounds they've been using for weeks now, just reused and reused coffee. And every time the cash app goes through, it just goes ka-ching. But you do see behind the bulletproof glass, your friend Tallulah, the Vesk, one of your good buds who is hired behind slinging coffees on really bad looking bagels, as she kind of nods at you as you move past. Give me a perception check.
Cool. I rolled an 8.
An 8?
Yep, an 8.
Okay. Is there anything you'd like to do when you're moving through the crowds?
Yeah, Brexit's just kind of yelling very loudly, "None of you would make it during war. You're all weak. Why are you throwing up? This is disgusting. What the cowards.
Someone coming by just pukes directly onto your mop and is I kind of want to say sorry, but I feel like puking on the mop is better for you. Then you don't have to move. And then just kind of walks into the crowd.
Brexit trips that person.
give me an attack roll.
Piece of shit.
What's the stats on a turbo mop, Niall?
I've got actually a whole sheet about turbo mops.
It's all the prep that Nell has done is on turbo mops.
All right, I rolled an 8.
An 8. The weight of the puke throws the balance of the mop off, so you kind of go for it, and he's just like is gone. But you kind of like splash someone else the back of their legs in vomit, and they don't notice as they keep moving.
Brexit just puts his head down and goes, fuck. And
yeah. And then you see in the distance just this big sign kind of like in the corner of the hall. And it says Everyman Securities. And it says, join the war on danger.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm going to look at Tulum and be like, hey, I'm going to go check out this war on danger. Good seeing you.
Oh, she's like, oh, well, you are a soldier, honey. And like winks at you.
Don't say it like that. I am all right, whatever.
No, you're a soldier, honey.
Yeah, but why do you wink and then click at me after you every time?
Well, you're right. I'm sorry. It's been a long day. Ka-ching! Someone's
I'm
like,
a real
coffee,
soldier.
please.
All right, I'll see you in a bit, and I'll prove it one day. I gotta go.
I'll try to like save you some dregs.
Thank you.
As you make your way through the crowd and it opens up and there's like a pretty big booth. You can see why they've stuffed them in the corner because there's like this camo covered like table with some like big guys behind in like bulletproof vests or like rifles like laid out and like some, stun batons. And right behind them is like maybe a 60-foot firing range. And you see some people like aiming these like big blocky guns at the targets. Well, howdy there, partner. You want to drop that mop and pick up a gun?
I've been waiting decades for someone to say that to me.
Yeah, I tell you youngsters, it's about time you get the feel of real steel in your hands. Am I right?
I've been saying the same thing. Also, I'm not that young. I've been in war before. I'm a war guy. If you can't tell.
A war? Oh, you're a buff, eh?
Yeah, big.
What's
big
your favorite war?
Guy. Sorry, say that again.
What's your favorite war? Your war buff,
Oh,
eh?
my favorite war is the fifth one. I was a big fan of the fifth one.
Fifth war? Oh,
Yeah,
it's the classic war. For a reason. Am I right? Come with me. And he kind of like puts a big meaty arm around your shoulder and like leads you down towards the firing range. He's like,
I put my arm around him.
Oh, we don't do that here.
Oh, sorry.
I need to see your arms at every moment so I know if you're ready to draw a weapon on me and maybe assault. I'm just joking. Get your arm back here. We're a family.
You got my ass.
He brings you down. He's like, so whenever you're ready, take a shot at the target. We'll take it from there. Cool. Do the fun stuff first. Am I right? Dessert before dinner.
Sounds good. I'm going to take a shot at the target.
As you lift your rifle, he's like, yo, whoa. Live arms fire in here? What, you crazy? Come on, man. I know you're a recruit, but you can't be doing that.
What do you want? What am I supposed to shoot with?
Where'd you even get that gun from? Okay, hold on. You got to use the range guns. And he points over and you see the blocky guns that people were using are like chained to like a little fence and people are using them to zap the targets instead.
Oh,
and as you do this, he like writes something down on a piece of paper.
We'll forget about the gun thing. And I put the gun that I took out back into like my turbo mop. There's like a storage.
What gun do you use, by the way?
I took out like a SMG.
God damn. Is that even legal? Anyway, we're fine. We're fine.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I'm a cool guy.
Go ahead. And space clears up and you pick up this gun and it just says GONNE on the side, and it says gun simulator.
Oh, smart. I'm going to shoot the gun simulator at the target.
Give me a attack roll.
Rolled another 8.
Brexit is never going to be a soldier.
You go to shoot, and the guy's like, come on, man, you got to turn the safety off.
I was more of like a close combat kind of war guy. No,
yeah,
I know what
like we've got
is.
a lot of recruits, but like,
if I was a safety, I would be.
He's like, we get a lot of recruits, but you're real green.
No, I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's just been a little while since the Fifth War. Okay, like it's just sometimes you have to mop for a couple decades or 3, and you forget where a safety might be. And I like I'm like flicking, like just like touching random part. Like I've never touched a gun like this, so I'm just like clearly just like touching things that don't need to be touched.
If this was a real gun, you would be able to do this. No problem.
Right.
But it's not. Give me a computer's check.
Ooh. I rolled a 5.
You just you're looking at it and you turn the gun till it faces your face and he's like, okay, no, we can't be having that.
No, just show me where the safety is, dude.
It's fine. The practical is not for everybody. We can work with this.
No, I used to be I was like a commander, man.
Sure, buddy. All right. Show me your paperwork.
I don't. Yeah, I pull up my Android little paperwork thing and
he scans it and he's just
but someone changed it. It says I'm a janitor. I don't even know how to use this turbo mop. And he looks down. The turbo mop is covered in vomit, and so is the bottom of my pants.
This says you're not cleared for combat at all. Usually we'll take people who have anything usually, but this is the opposite. You're not cleared for this at all.
No, trust me. I am really good at combat. I swear to God. I've killed so many things.
Look, man, I can't help you.
No, please, let me kill with you, please.
Maybe you get some training. Maybe you go to some boot camp somewhere.
I've trained so much.
Yeah, buddy, sure. He pats you on the shoulder and he starts to
fuck.
Move. Roll me a luck check.
I rolled a d20 and I rolled a 17.
Okay. As you're doing this, a younger guy kind of comes up to you and he's just like, hey, man, I believe you. And look, I've seen these mix-ups all the time. If you just get a C5 form, they'll be good. That's all you need.
Oh, shit.
There's there's a terminal in the corner there. You can just, if you whip up a C5, you'll be good.
I go, holy shit, thanks. And I pet his head when you little kids there and you just rub their head hair to mess it up. I do that to the guy and I'm like, thanks, little guy. And
what
I run over to the C5.
I'm a grenader. Also, are you covered in vomit?
Totally.
Duh.
I'm running off to do the C5 form.
Yeah, you get to the terminal and you see there's a bunch of different forms you can fill out and then one is C5.
Cool. I pick up the C5 form. I start writing my information in.
You finish it, and then when you go to hit submit, it says missing another form called a V4.
I go back to the terminal and I get the other form.
Yeah, you start to fill out a V4, and then it just says need soldier license.
Fuck! I go find Tallulah and I'm like, hey, do you know how to forge a soldier's license?
Honey, you know I don't. And she slips you this coffee under the tiny little gap in the iron grating.
I take the coffee and I'm like, I can't tell if you're saying that and you're being sarcastic or you're being legit. I don't understand you, Tallulah. And I drink the coffee and I run away. As
you're running through the crowd, somebody kind of grabs you by the shoulder and just looks you up and down. And it's this guy in a suit and he's just yeah, come with me. And he starts leading you away. As Dota, you're kind of standing defeated beside your interview, and this woman in a pantsuit, cream with red kind of tie on it, comes up and she's like, you're looking for an interview? Yeah, come this way, and just scoops you around the hips and starts to lead you away. Calalalu, do you take a break at all, or are you just going?
Am I allowed to?
There's no manager. You're basically the highest ranked person around. You and Carlsman.
Okay. Calalalu just has a bird shaped puppet. She just puts in her chair, and maybe it's programmed to say, tell me more.
Give me a perception check as you leave.
15.
You hear someone behind you start talking to the puppet, and someone be like, what are you doing, man? And I mean, I think it's a test. I think this is a test. We're going to get it. You also see, just again, through a gap in the crowd, Carlsman shaking hands with a man in a suit and then being led through a back door.
Going to kill you.
And while this is happening, somebody grabs you and is like, oh yeah. They look up at you because you're 7 foot tall, right?
Yeah, I'm 7 feet tall. Yeah.
And they lead you through the crowd, and the three of you are brought to it's a little bit more walled out of the way area with those shitty room dividers, but there's a bunch of stools and chairs, and it's a 12-person interview. and they start to put you down. Everybody roll me a luck check.
That's a 7.
15.
19.
Okay. Brexit and Calalalu, you guys sit down fine. Dota, the second you sit on your stool, it like it's so unsteady and like loud. And as you sit down, everything else gets filled. What do you do? As a man in a suit walks up in front of the crowd and he's like, everybody, it's time. And you see like 4 people like flanking him. There's some people standing at the back. What do you do, Dota?
So my chair broke or someone moved it?
It's like broken, yeah.
Cool. When I, as I'm about to sit down, the sort of like loose parts become rigid and a like sealant forms around them. And I inadvertently cast adhere.
Love that. Okay. And he starts being like, all right, guys, we're here with Bosco. It's some really, really special interviews. You guys have been chosen. So let me introduce you to the boss, the big man himself. It's Devonshire. And this guy walks out and he's just like, right, guys, nice. Okay. Welcome. But he's like staring right at you, Dota. Give me a sense motive.
Okay, sure. This is going to be reduced by 5. So cool. I can add 5 or whatever you...
Yeah, add 5.
That is a 19.
You can tell, like, he's wondering why you're not struggling with your chair.
And I'm completely unaware that I have fixed this chair. So I'm just staring back at him and just like, I think it's like a battle of wits or like a battle of like... personality. So I'm just dead-eyed staring back at him, but like very politely. Like I'm not doing it in an intimidating way, but I think the longer it goes on, the more old Dota starts coming out, and I do start getting into more of a menacing glare.
You also can tell that there's an element of like performance to this, and he kind of like glances around at you guys and then sees that you're glaring at him and is like, Roish, we'll start with you. What's your worst quality?
I try too hard.
Well, I think your worst quality might actually be interviews. Bird, and points at Calalalu.
Yeah.
If you could be any animal, what would you be?
Probably a giant anaconda.
Explain.
Oh, so I could strangle my enemies to death and consume as much food as I would like.
Well, no.
Just kidding, a bird.
Also wrong.
Okay.
Unless you're talking, of course, about an Aspraka, because we, the intelligent creatures who walk these plains, we're really the best animal there is, because we can kill not just by strangling, but also by business.
I'm an Aspraka.
Exactly. You should have chosen yourself, and you failed. Man with puke. Why is he here? Okay. Let me see. If you could choose between 1,000,000 credits or 10 credits a day for a year, which would you choose?
1,000,000 credits or 10 credits a day for a year?
1,000,000 credits once or 10 credits a day for a year?
A million credits.
Ugh. No. You need to keep the grind mindset alive. If you get 1,000,000 credits, how are you going to wake up hungry? This is why. As follow-up question, why are you poor?
Because I don't have 1,000,000 credits and I'm a war guy and no one believes me?
A war guy? Is that a... And he kind of like looks, he's like, is that position?
I reach into my satchel, just slowly hand him a book, and I just say, only thing missing was you.
Everybody give me a perception check.
I already work for this company. I don't know why I'm
you've
here.
never heard of this guy.
Okay. I think in this... Oh, I rolled a natural 1.
I rolled a 7.
Calalalu, I think, like, has never been on this side in so long that she's just enjoying being interviewed. She's like, oh, I know this technique.
I think you do remember this name. You're like, oh yeah, he was at that meeting a while ago. Maybe part of the merger.
Yeah.
I got a 16.
16?
I got a 7. Oops.
You just noticed that like the people around are like really focused on like whoever's talking. It's like really weird that like they all just turn to like look at you and like turn back, and it's just like kind of uncanny. But Dota, you notice 2 things. As he's like gesticulating, you see a watch under his kind of like arm sleeve that like seems really, really, really nice. You also see what looks like a fake mustache on his lip. Questions?
Yeah, what branch are you with?
The workforce branch.
That doesn't exist.
Okay, well, You don't exist because you're too poor.
I actually work for Bosco. I thought this was a test, that you recognized me and you brought me in. I've just been playing along. Do you not work for Bosco?
It is a test. It's to see if you're worth promoting. And so far, the answer is
No,
no.
I'm in HR. I know the steps and I know all the people above and below me. Your name sounds familiar, but can I see an ID?
You have to be joking. You don't get to talk to the boss that way.
Oh, but I don't think you're a boss.
As Calalalu is questioning, I say, wait, do you not work here? And I point at him. And as I do, I'm going to cast Psychokinetic Hand and tear the mustache off.
Okay, give me a roll.
Don't have to, I don't think. I just have to point my finger at a target object, getting the ability to lift it and move it at will from a distance.
I would say it counts as being, fuck it, this is fun. Yeah. As you say this, his mustache gets ripped off and goes sailing, and he goes, oh, fuck. And he goes, cut. Everybody. And then as all this is happening, you like all the weird people who've been looking at you, like pressing a thing, and you could pretty much tell they were recording what this was. But while this is happening, you hear like in the distance, growing louder. While this is all going off, the guy's like, cut, no, what's happening? And they're like, hold on. And someone kind of goes to the edge of the barrier, and they're like, yeah, we gotta go.
What's happening?
I'm starting to piece things together, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, did you just try to film us without getting us to sign a media release? Because you have to talk to my agent if you want me on camera.
You see a guy in a suit standing kind of at the corner. It's just like, actually, it says on the door that anybody entering this premises can be filmed for any reason whatsoever. So that's on you.
Damn it.
That's how they get you. It's all in the fine print.
Anything you want to do, you hear this noise coming closer, and you see them kind of like fidgeting. The one guy's trying to put his mustache back on, and like you hear someone being like, we can do a take two, just get a fresh batch. We probably have stuff to work with there, though.
I'm going to do a perception check to see if I can hear what is being chanted outside. I don't.
I'm going to roll a sense motive. So Calalalu's trying to piece together exactly why we're being recorded or what's going on.
Sure.
That's going to be a 29.
Ooh. Jesus. I want to give you this in a way that isn't just you overhearing what they said, because it's not a perception check.
Like, what about their emotion? What are they trying to get us to do? Like, what's the end game? Like, why are they recording us? Do they want them to look good? Do they want us to look bad?
You know what? All of a sudden it clicks. The questions, the tone, the filming. You've seen Undercover Boss before. You get the impression that this is like, you see the guy like clutching his very expensive watch now that he hears a commotion getting nearer. You could tell that this guy probably actually is involved in some way in Bosco, but is so much further up that you haven't heard of him. And he's here recording an episode of Undercover Boss.
Aren't you supposed to be like, okay.
And as this is all kind of unfolding here, no one wants to work anymore. Freeloaders. And like somebody kind of pulls back one of the room dividers, and you see a gang of people moving towards you guys with signs and like batons and pipes and stuff. And they're like moving through the crowd in this one mass and like pushing at people. And they're like, they've like signs that say like, no one wants to work anymore. And another sign that has like a boot and then like a bottle with like 3 X's on it. And you guys know this group as a disgruntled part of the workforce who still have jobs here, who want to evict everybody who doesn't have jobs off the planet because they're taking up resources. You also know that they were being called bootlickers and decided to reclaim the name as the boot lickers, like the drink.
Gotcha.
Very good.
So you see a gang of bootlickers coming through.
Calalalu gets excited at the sight of a riot.
Have the like Undercover Boss people like vacated? Are they gone?
They're like kind of, he's like, we've got to go. And they're just kind of like, hold on, like gathering like equipment and just like forming up.
So do these guys, the rioters want the Undercover Boss people?
They want us, I think. Or like they want people who don't have jobs.
It looks like they're just demonstrating.
Well, okay. Well, that's just Dota. We can just give them Dota.
It's true. I'm the only one who doesn't have a job here. I'm gonna go and talk to these idiots.
Sure. You're just gonna walk towards the mob coming your way?
Yeah.
There's like this guy at the front with the sign. He's like, nobody wants to work anymore. It's like yells it in your face.
I look at him and say, I think that's a incredibly misguided opinion. If you look around, this is a job fair packed to the brim with people trying to get jobs.
Yeah, and who needs jobs? People that don't have them. Freeloaders.
Right.
And they always start yelling, freeloaders, freeloaders.
If they're trying to get a job, they clearly want to work.
But if they wanted to work, they'd have a job.
Okay.
This idiot doesn't get it. Someone's like, hit him. And you see the guy, he kind of like steps forward with the sign, and then all of a sudden, like all the guards are kind of like standing in between you guys, and they're like, okay, guys, we've done this before. Step down, back off.
I look at the guy who said hit him, and I say, I would love for you to take your best shot at me, because it will be the last thing that you ever do, and it will be the thing that your family remembers as the reason why everyone they love is buried deep in a place where no one will ever find them. I'm going to intimidate him.
Soldier's like, damn, man.
I've also, I also say that loud enough that everyone can hear it. That is a 22.
Yeah, you see him kind of like flinch back, and like some people are like start jeering him. He's like, come on, man, can't let him get away with that. And the guards are like forming a barrier now. And then as it kind of like, it looks like violence is like maybe imminent, maybe not. The guards are in the way. You just hear ka-ching, 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 ka-ching. And all the guards kind of like look at their phones, and you just hear a guy behind you like shriek, protect me. And they're like, oh, sure. They all shrug, turn away, and like form up around the hidden boss as the guy up front is just like, fuck it. And he swings at you. Everybody roll for initiative.
All right.
Natural 20 for 21. Ooh, those hot rolls for non-combat reasons. I'm going to start missing shots.
I got a 10, or no, sorry, I got 11.
I rolled a 5.
5?
Yeah, really cooking with these rolls today.
Calalalu, you go first as like, this is kind of the moment you've been waiting for.
Like, she's trying to hold back a smile, I think. Okay, she's going to try to diffuse the situation a little bit because she feels like she has to. She's still HR right now. She's just waiting for the reason, you know? Just the pressure is rising. Just like one more and it might pop, but we're not there yet.
There's like a breath because this has happened before and it's getting worse every time, but nobody really wants to, like when there's a line of armed guards between you, that always kind of diffuses it. So it's like when a dog catches up to a car it's been chasing. These people are like, oh, we've wanted this for so long that there's just a breath of everyone being like, oh shit, we can just go buck wild.
I want to go buck wild, but I don't know who to go buck wild on.
Yeah, how many dudes are we looking at?
There's a lot of dudes, but like right in front of you, there's like 2.
Okay.
Like 2 guys have kind of come up in your face, and then there's others kind of spread around.
I think what Calalalu's going to do, Dota, does your voice thing only work for you, or if I speak into it, will it amplify?
It's in my throat, so yeah, I think so.
If you like
Too bad.
like wriggle into Dota like a puppet,
Yeah, if you yell into my mouth.
Calalalu's going to say, Dota, nice to see you again. Can you open your mouth real quick?
Okay. Just
Hey, everyone who's here. There's a super high up Bosco guy, like real high up, who said he's going to offer everyone lots of jobs if you can catch him. Calalalu's trying to incite a pure riot. I'm going to roll a, I don't know. We don't have persuasion in this game, right?
give me a diplomacy.
Diplomacy. That's going to be 23.
You see some people look, and like the Kachings and the soldiers acting erratically already had their attention, but then they see them kind of like forming up around something, and they're like, yeah, they're guarding something. Fucking get them. And you see like a large contingent like break off and charge them. But as they do, everyone just starts going fucking crazy because they're like pushing through the crowd to get to them. So then the crowd starts fighting back, and then like a gunshot goes off and somebody goes, ah, and like falls down. You hear like shattering glass, like everything just kicks off in that moment as a guy with a knife runs forward and tries to stab at you.
At me?
But he has a job.
Does a 17 hit your AC?
Yeah, of course it does. We're level 2.
As 7 points of piercing damage as somebody just runs up and like stabs you. It's like, did you just mama bird that dude? Gross. Another guy comes forward with a sign and swings down at you, Dane. Is a 18 gonna hit?
absolutely.
For another 7 points of damage as he just like brains you with the nobody wants to work anymore sign.
Jesus.
It is your go.
Cool. I am going to use Seek the breach. I am going to, as this guy is in my face, I'm going to use a move action to use Improve Demoralize, which allows me to do an intimidation check as a move action instead of a standard action to intimidate this guy. Swift action, voice amplifiers going. That's a nat 20 for a 32.
Yeah. It's going to be a couple of rounds too, right?
31. So this is going to also, as he's looking at me, he sees there's like a shimmer of like his worst fear appear like on me. So maybe I look like his like mom, and I just say, "I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed." And so now the shaking condition is also going to affect his damage rolls as well.
Okay. That's -1, right?
Minus two.
-2. Nice. On basically everything that matters.
Yep.
And every +5 you beat it by is another round, right?
Another round, correct.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. As he's just like, Mama?
And then I just try to, like, as he's close to me, I just try to, like, shove him. And as I do, there's, like, a ripple of electricity that comes out of me. And he is going to have to give... Oh, no, I have to make an attack roll. Okay. That is a 15 EAC.
For sure.
He takes 13 points of electricity damage as one of his electrical devices overloads and electrocutes him.
How do you finish this guy off?
I'm a talker, and I don't fight. I usually, like, stop fights before they come to violence because people are like, this guy's crazy. Fuck off. Like, I'm not going to fuck with him. So I just, like, again, just shove him away from me. And then I cast Jolting Surge.
Mm-hmm. He, like, falls backwards onto his, like, walkie at his hip, and it just, like, shorts out and electrocutes him. He's, like, stumbling back before you even push him because he's scared, like, so fucking scared. And then you barely touch him, and he just falls back and goes still. You see, right after this, a guy with a crowbar break away from the main group and start running towards the coffee cart. And as he goes, he drops a little smoke grenade behind him that just, like, obscures the coffee cart. Brexit, it's your go.
Brexit's just like standing in the middle of the fight going, does anyone want to hire me to fight for their team?
Someone's like, this guy doesn't have a job.
No, I do have a job. I'm a janitor and, like, covered in vomit. I just also am a war guy that can fight for either. I don't really have a bone with either side. I got a lot of skill. Anyone?
Janitor's not a real job.
I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna punch that guy in the face.
Hell yeah. It's the guy who fired the gun earlier. You see him just kind of, like, pointed at you.
Oh, that guy has a gun?
But, like, he points at you to make his point and then turns on other people because he doesn't think you're worth shooting.
Piece of shit. I'm gonna make you shoot me. Yeah, I'm
What a crazy idea. I'm gonna make you shoot me.
That's our first t-shirt of the season.
Yeah.
I rolled a 16.
Yeah, you hit.
Hell yeah. And then I rolled 4 damage.
Nice. As you, like, are you coming in with a fist, you said?
Yeah, just a fist.
Yeah, you punch him and he's like, the hell, man? Yo, this janitor sucks.
Yes, I am bad at being a janitor, but that's because I do war better.
Hey, you're a great janitor. You got to believe in yourself.
Thank you, Dota.
He steps back and then, like, shoots at you. Missing, I assume, because that's a real bad roll. I assume a 11's not going to hit you?
No, just misses.
Yeah, he's like, what the hell? Like, stumbles back like a little dazed because you punch him and just fires around over your shoulder. It is Calalalu's go. One guy's on the ground, electrocuted unconscious. The other guy with a knife who just stabbed you is right in front of you. There's a guy shooting at Brexit, and there's, like, a smoke screen where, like, a guy or two seems to have gone over to the coffee shop.
I think it's a will save from this person next to me, so I'm going to cast Mind Thrust.
Oh, well, let me tell you, that fails because he's got a 5 on the die, and will is 0.
Nice.
Does a 5 work?
No. So he takes 14 points of damage.
You see the guy, like, he stabs you and goes, like, I'm having chicken tonight. And then just goes, ooh, and, like, blood just comes out of his nose, and he just falls backwards.
That's what I thought. And she, like, makes a crazy bird call. Like,
Incredible. Dota, it's your go.
Great. So there's just it's 2 people who ran for the coffee shop, and then now the guy who's firing, right?
Yeah.
I don't really have.
And again,
any
like
way-
there's chaos everywhere. Like you see this one guy with like an iron pipe, like hitting that Vesk that you like talked to earlier.
I'm
Vesk.
going for that guy. I'm going for that
Well,
guy.
as he's hitting him, you see a Berneri with like a giant sack of mail come out of nowhere and just like smack him to the ground.
Oh, okay.
So you can definitely go after that guy. He's on the ground.
No, I'm going to go for the guy with the gun shooting at us. I'm going to use Seek the Breach, which allows me to activate my Infinite Worlds ability, which in this case is my Infinity Lash for free, essentially as if I used the highest spell slot available to me. So that's going to boost up my old Infinity Lash quite a bit. And then I'm going to attack, but again, it's not an attack. The Infinity Lash for me is circumstance. So I'm just going to. I see this guy who's getting the Vesk who's getting hit, and I say, I just yell to him. I'm just like, you got to get to safety, bud. Like, I know you're not great at anything, I guess, but you gotta get out of here. You gotta be safe. I was like, dude, this guy over there's got a gun, and as I point to him, let's see what happens. That is a 17 KAC.
Yep.
Hell yeah. That's 7 points of slashing damage as I point out to him, and I think someone's throwing a bottle, and it just like curves and smashes this guy in the face.
Yeah, as he's just like reeling back from the punch, like misses the shot, and that bottle just like hits him, and there's still like glass embedded in the left side of his face. He's like, what the hell, man? And you see this other guy like, sorry, Dave. It is. You hear like,
Oh, is that guy still up?
oh yeah, he's still up.
Cool. Then as a move action, I'm going to say, that will be the last piece of glass that's in your face. I'm going to bottle you, and then I'm going to find your family and bottle them.
Jesus
Always their
Christ.
family. What is it?
Dota's got to move, man. Dota's got to move.
Dota hates families, man.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's a 22.
To intimidate, yes.
Yeah, cool.
He's just like miserable, like bleeding, scared. You hear like metal screeching on metal, and then you hear Tallulah kind of like scream out from behind the smoke.
Oh, man.
It is Brexit's go.
I hear Tallulah screaming. I'm looking at the guy with the gun, and I'm like, I'm gonna come back and probably kill you, but I gotta take care of something. Just stay there. Don't move.
Oh yeah, I'm totally gonna stay here, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And then I'm gonna run to see what's happening with Tallulah.
Yeah, as you burst through the smoke, you see a guy with a crowbar like trying to pry open the door to the armored like coffee cart, and you hear like doosh, doosh of like somebody slamming on it from the other side.
Cool. Can I throw an anti-swarm grenade at them?
I think you only need to hit like a 5 to throw a grenade, so
Oh, sweet.
I can't imagine it won't work, but
I don't know,
Never-
man.
Maybe you'll
The
roll a
rolls, Yeah.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
just
It's
don't
gonna be
roll a
fine.
1 when you're throwing a grenade near your friend.
That would be bad. Okay. Oh my god. I rolled
No,
a 2.
but the 2 plus,
Plus 4 is 6.
yeah,
But
so
I
you're
rolled a
somehow
Just
you
got
made
there.
it.
Oh,
just got there.
God, I was really hoping it was a 1.
Just
Oh my
roll so
God.
slowly into position.
That's the thing. I think you go to throw it, but you haven't thrown a grenade in so long, and your hands are like covered in like cleaning stuff. Maybe vomit. I
Yeah, a
feel
little bit
bad
of
that there's
vomit.
been so much vomit this episode. So you just kind of fumble the grenade, and it does roll right where you need it to, but like there's a minute where you're like, oh god,
Oh shit, I should move.
they fail that reflex immediately.
Nice.
Give me that
Idiots.
damage.
Cool. I rolled a 1. So that's 1 damage they're taking.
Yeah, as I think because it's so low, it's like he's got these big boots because the boot lickers is kind of their thing. They like liquor and they like boots. So it hits his boots and starts to erode them, but like a little bit gets on his knee. He's like, oh, ow.
Yeah, there's more where that came from.
He looks at you. Do you have any visible grenades?
I'm like, no, I don't. I'm like trying to find where I put the other ones. There are so many pockets in this damn janitor suit that I forget what my stuff is.
I'm going to beat you up so bad, you won't be able to get a job.
I have a job.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the smoke, the guy with the gun raises his gun towards you, Dota. Give me a luck roll.
That's a 19.
He thinks better of it and just runs. He's burnt. He's like got glass in his face. You're really scary. Things have gone really poorly for him in the last second. He just fucking bucks it back through the crowd.
That's crazy. He has a gun.
Is Calalalu's go.
Okay, well, that was fun. Dota, nice to see you. I don't know. What do we do? Do you want to eat a billionaire, or do we, I guess we should put a stop to it, eh?
Oh, while this has happened, the billionaire's like gone. Like you could tell that like they've just hooked it out of there with like their armed guard, like kind of fighting. Like no one really did much because they literally turned their weapons up full auto and started spraying.
Probably would have been tasty.
This is a fucked up bird.
Yeah. Calalalu. The guy, I guess she leans down to the guy. She just mind thrusted and whispers in his ear, "You're fired."
Oh my god!
Now I have a job opening. Maybe I can hire Jane. I don't know what to do in this situation. I guess I know there's something happening down by the coffee shop, right? So Calalalu's just gonna wander over and say, "Hey guys, can we stop trying to rob kind people, please?"
Hey, you're that bird. You fired me.
I did.
I'm gonna kill you.
Wait, does that mean you don't have a job?
Yeah, but not by choice, like you losers.
All I needed you to say was, "You're gonna kill me." Calalalu reaches into her feathers and just pulls out her gun. And I'm going to shoot this guy.
The guy's like, "Hey, wait."
You said this is self-defense. It's in the employee handbook.
It's a Bosco mandated gun.
It's like pens. It's branded.
It's only a 4 to hit, so I miss as a shot of lightning shoots out of my gun and just like goes a little bit wide.
Yeah, you see it hit the terminal at the coffee thing. It just goes ka-ching.
Briggs is like, "Whoa, where'd you get that gun?"
But as you're doing this, you hear a quiet settle around some of the people nearby as somebody strides around from behind the coffee shop, and it's this big Vesk in like leather overalls carrying like a machete, and someone's like, "Yeah, Snyder, fuck him up," and he's just like,
"What the fuck?"
Looks at you all and walks right up to you, Calalalu, and then he puts his machete kind of like under his arms, like he's folding his arms, and he just says, "Hey, are you ready?
This is the greatest day of my life.
Ready for the Snyder cut?" And he swings at you. Fuck, that's a nat 1 for his feint, so that's not gonna work. Woohoo! But that's definitely gonna hit you. 16 on the die. I assume you don't have crazy armor.
Nope.
So like you fully see what he's planning to a point where it's embarrassing. But then he like digs his sword into you, or his machete, for 8 points of damage.
Oof, I think I'm into my health.
Damn, the Snyder cut usually works.
Yeah, you yelled you were gonna do it before, you moron.
That's how good I am at it.
That's not a...
Hey, little janitor, you're next. I'll show you the true meaning of pain.
Is this whole combat designed so you could use your Snyder cut joke?
This whole campaign, I think, is
It's done now, actually.
This is the last boss.
It is Dota's go. You see
cool.
this big, mean-looking Vesk like just slice into Calalalu.
I look at him and I say, "If you were good, you wouldn't need to do a Snyder cut. A regular cut would be just fine if you were capable of making a proper attack before having to go back and add in a bunch of stuff that you don't need." And that's my intimidate.
Get him, Dota, get him.
I hope this fails, because that wasn't your finest.
That is a 24.
You get him.
And he's going to have to give me a fortitude save with a -2 because he's shaken.
Oh, that's real bad. I wish I could roll better. That is a 6 total. Cool. 7 total. +2 versus fear, though.
It's not fear. It's negative energy.
Oof.
Well, actually, I think it's cold. It's cold damage.
Okay.
He doesn't realize that he overswung with his machete, and he's clipped like a liquid nitrogen tube on the coffee shop that
for the iced coffee.
just blows 12 points of cold damage at him.
Damn.
Yeah, I rolled max on that.
He's just like, damn it. All right. Yeah, as he just gets sprayed with this cold damage, and the one guy with the crowbar is like, "Don't worry, Snyder, I've got your back." And he's going to run in and club you with his crowbar. Brexit. That is a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That is 5 points of damage as he just like bonks you real good in the head with this crowbar. And is your go.
I get hit in the head with the crowbar. I'm like, who gave all of you these toys? These aren't toys. And I'm going to
use them for work. You wouldn't know.
I have a job. I'm going to take the, what weapon does the Vesk have?
Veska's a big machete.
I'm going to try and take that machete away from him.
Okay. Give me a disarm combat maneuver.
Fuck. I rolled a 7.
Did you say a 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, you try to grab the knife and he like just slaps your hand away. He's like, stick to something more your speed, like a mop. This is for the big boys.
I am a big boy. I'm a big boy. I'm a regular.
You're the biggest boy.
Thanks, Dota.
It is Calalalu's go.
I need a will save, please.
Why are you guys coming for my big beefy boy with mind stuff? Will save? His will is 5.
Cool. He's going to take full damage from another mind thrust.
Yes. See 12 damage?
No, I'm going to roll him a damage now. 7, 8, 9, 10. You were right, now 12. Good guess, dude.
Damn.
As Calalalu like stares him in the eyes and just like smiles, a big birdie smile as the psychic energy goes into his face.
He's just looking at you like, stop! You're freaking me out, man! You're freaking me out! And it's his go. He's going to come over to you and try to stab you. Do you have a melee weapon, Dota?
I do, and it has
Actually,
reach.
you guys are probably right beside each other, right? Didn't you come through together?
I didn't. I'm still.
He's leaving your area.
Hell yeah. Well, he about to take an attack of opportunity. It's not great. That's a 15 KC.
He's going to move in, and now he can't feint because you made him do a 5-foot step. It's like, let me do my Snyder cut. That is going to be a hit, I'm pretty sure, because that is a 22.
Yeah, that will do it.
As he comes in for 10 points of damage, and just like, again, he's like hacking at you with the machete.
Calalalu looks really bad.
It is Dota's go.
I assume I haven't bypassed this thing by 5. He's not shaking anymore.
What did you get again? You got a 24?
24?
Yeah, no, you did it just by 5.
So he's still shaking?
Yeah. Wait, does he get the thing with damage?
Yes.
Okay, then heal yourself 2 points of damage, Ryan.
Yes.
And just say, you've only ever made one decent Snyder cut.
Can we even say that?
I mean, he did 300, right? 300 was okay.
Yeah, but like that wasn't a Snyder cut. It was just a Snyder move.
It's true. You made one decent attack.
That's fair.
Do I have to remind you when you tried to sucker punch someone? That was a train wreck.
That was, see, Dane, that's better. That's better. Good one.
I'm getting there, guys. I'm warming up. I think I'm just going to attack this guy with my tack lash or my infinity lash. I don't think I have... I want to burn all my spells. Nope. I don't do it. I do a bad job.
What's the attempt look like?
I'm just like yelling at this guy, and there's like another sort of like container of like hot liquid, maybe like gas, compressed gas or something. And you see sort of like the valves beginning to like just sort of like jiggle and then they just like stop before they do anything. Cause I rolled a 6.
Fair.
Oof. Yeah.
Crowbar guy is swinging at you. That's a 14? No, to Brexit.
Fuck. Yeah, that gets me.
That gets you?
That gets my ass.
That is 6 points of damage. As he just like bonk again, like right in your head. He's like, get away from Snyder, guys.
Get Snyder away from us.
Brexit's go.
Not looking great. Not looking great. Yeah, I'm gonna, I think, take the crowbar away from crowbar guy.
Sure.
Let's see if this works this time. That's a 19.
Total?
Yeah.
That will do it. As you just like rip the crowbar out of his hand. Do you keep it or do you toss it aside?
I'm going to keep it. I'm going to, next turn, I'm going to hit him with it.
Hell yeah. Calalalu, it is your go. You're being like hacked at by this big guy as he's just like powering into you. Again, all around you is like chaos. You see this Bantrid just like flying past you and like bull rush somebody, and he just goes like flying through the air. You see this like sleek black Patra just kind of like stalking through the battlefield, like completely untouched.
How hurt does this guy look?
A lot less hurt than you.
Yeah, I might have to blow my last level 1 spell here to try to kill him, because I am on death's door. I'll take a 5-foot step and Another will save, I guess.
Oh, it's a 19 on the die.
Okay, so he'll take half.
For a total of, I think, 19. Oh no, shit, he's got goodwill. 23.
That'll be 6 damage for half.
6 damage? Alright.
This is how I go. I died living my dream. If I go, make sure you kill that fucking fish too, okay?
What are you talking about? Birds love fish.
I'm gonna kill him.
He's gonna step forward again. Oh, that might actually not do it. That's 16?
Yeah, it does it.
Yeah, you can see it's like almost slow motion as you're... What would you try to hit him with the last turn? Was it Mind Thrust again?
Mind Thrust, yeah.
Yeah, you see his head kind of like reels and there's like a thin like line of blood coming out of his nose and he's just like, stop it! And he steps forward and he's like swinging this big machete. Time slows.
Okay, I'm going to use a resolve point to reduce this damage by 1d4.
By 1d4 or only that d4? It would have been 8 points of damage.
How much HP do you have, Ryan?
4. So I'm down either way.
Yeah, it's a 1.
As you take 7 points of damage.
I go down.
As he just like slices through, you fall, and he just like wipes the blood on his like leather like dungarees and turns to you, Dota.
Oh no.
You're next. I'll show you how cool the Snyder cut is. It is Dota. It's Dota's go.
Oh shit, it's empowered. Oops. Okay, well I guess I missed last time. It's my last round of it being charged up. I'm gonna attempt to attack while also using it to deliver a touch spell.
Sure.
Good. Give me something good. That's a 18.
Yep.
Fuck yeah. Okay. So first, I do 7 points of infinity lash damage. So that bracket finally pops loose, but the like gas canister doesn't really do anything. It's just the metal bracket that comes and just like hits him in the side of the temple for 7 slashing. And then there is it like that gas canister falls, hits where the thing is plugged in, the cord tears open, and another bolt of electricity comes up for 15.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. How do you finish Snyder?
I really wish I could remember another Zack Snyder movie that I could yell at him about. I yell at him. I say, you had your chance. We warned you. You should have justice leaved.
Boo. Brexit's booing you.
He did that Army of the Dead movie that was
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
Dan, you take damage for how bad that joke. No. He goes, huh? And then
You open this door. You open it with your Snyder cut joke.
I
all
opened
right?
it beautifully. As a bracket pings him in the head, and as that happens, his wire whips free, electrocutes him. You see his skeleton for like a second, and then he falls down on the ground, and you see Crowbar's like, oh no, man. And it's his go.
I'm going to shout at him. I didn't use my move action. So the guy with the crowbar, you need to think real hard right now about what you do.
I'm holding the crowbar, so I'm like, why are you talking to me like that?
You could leave right now and you wouldn't be electrocuted. Or, I don't know if you know this, but that person right there, Brexit, not a janitor, soldier.
Thanks, Dota.
Do you want to fuck with them?
He looks at Brexit. Brexit, give me a luck check or an intimidation, whichever you'd prefer.
Okay, I'll do.
I will also intimidate.
I'll do a luck check because I think I'm covered in vomit and I do not look like anything Dota just described.
Sure.
Rolled a 17.
And I got a 24 on intimidate.
I pretty much figured you were going to be able to intimidate him because you presume. What's your like bonus to it?
Right now it's plus 11.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard for you to not intimidate this guy. He hears that. He looks at Brexit and he just fucking bucks it.
Cool.
He's
I'm going to take
unarmed.
my attack of opportunity on him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Go for it. You can also get one, Brexit, if you want.
Hell yeah! I'm chucking the crowbar at his head.
That is a 17 for me.
Yep.
And that was the end, so it's just back to normal damage for me. 4 points of slashing damage.
I rolled a 21.
Yeah.
Nice.
And what I roll for damage for throwing this crowbar at him?
It's a D6.
It's 5 damage.
5 damage. How does your thing manifest, Dane?
I think if Brexit is whipping this crowbar, I think he's going to like slip as he gets beamed with this crowbar. He's going to slip and just put his hand down on like all the broken glass from all the bottles that have been like winging around and just like slices his hands open.
Yeah, you hit him with the thing, he hits the ground, lands in a pile of glass, and does not move. As the chaos kind of like peters out around, like most people have fled. You can kind of hear fighting off in the distance, and the coffee cart just like unlocks, and Tallulah steps out, and like she's looking at the guy you just beamed, and she's like, "Whoa, I guess you really are a soldier, honey.
I'm a war guy. That's what I've been saying.
That was a war guy move.
Thank you. Dota's the only one that believes me.
Hey, honey, I've always believed. You know that.
I appreciate you not winking and clicking your tongue when you said that just now.
There's a difference between seeing and a difference between believing.
Yeah.
Now I do both.
The only thing missing is you.
I'm here."
Brexit internalizes this, like takes out your book, really gives it a good look, and is like, yeah, I get it now.
As the chaos kind of fades, you just hear like like clapping, and you guys turn around to see a large brain with a small body underneath it with like a suit on, like floating towards you, clapping.
I haven't been applauded in so long that this is so good for me. I'm just like basking in it.
Do we need to
do I
like
have to roll to stabilize?
Yeah. Should we?
Oh yeah.
Stabilize.
I'm gonna go over and give Calalalu a serum of healing, Mark 1.
Well, while you're going over, you see that Patra walks over and reaches down and touches Calalalu, and you're gonna heal. You heal 24 points.
Holy shit.
As this Patra's walking over, a chair like floats for a second, but I didn't know what it's doing to Calalalu.
Yeah, she like reaches down, like touches him, and you see just like bright light kind of just like spread out through his like veins. And then she kind of looks up at you, and she's like this black cat with like a white, almost like triangle just like under her neck, and these green eyes. And she like looks at you and looks at the chair and like walks right past it, completely unbothered.
It's giving Catholic priest.
It is Catholic priest. Was that the joke?
Oh, nice, Ryan.
It looks like there's a bandana around her neck.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure. Whatever you want, Niall.
Her a fucking priest. I'm gonna be so mad.
Calalalu's eyes just like shoot open, and like she sits up right away, and she's like, "Oh, I haven't. I'm alive. I can die. I was. She just like lets out this big sigh of relief.
I kneel down beside you, and I'm like, I mean, I guess I don't really have to kneel. I'm small, and you're very large.
Even me sitting up, yeah.
I'm still taller than you.
You got killed by a machete.
That was not on my schedule. I did something outside my schedule.
Also, thank you. Very nice to meet you, Dota Toll. And I extend like two hands in different directions. One to the Patra and one to the contemplative, I think is what they are. Is that what they are?
Yeah.
Brains?
Yeah. The Patra kind of like doesn't look your way, and you don't know whether they didn't hear you or if they're just not shaking the hand. And the contemplative kind of floats down, shakes your hand. It's like, very, very impressive work here, guys. And you look around, you see the Berneri with the giant like sack of mail is kind of like walked over and is like panting and like wild-eyed. And you see the like Bantrids. So Bantrids are like weird. I don't know if you know what they are, but most people listening probably don't. They're like basically a ball at the bottom, and they just roll around, and the top is, it almost looks like a metapod.
What? It's just a
Yeah,
metapod?
they're like a rock on a ball, yeah.
Yeah, like a rock on the ball almost.
Yeah, everyone's seen a rock on a ball.
Yeah, come on,
More
guys.
like a metapod on a ball. And Berneri are little like otter people, and Patras are cat people, and contemplatives are giant brains that float around.
I'm a bird.
You are a bird, and they're just like, that was a wonderful job.
Thanks.
Now, dare I say, because you're here, that you're looking for a job?
Depends on the job.
Well, I think I just killed a couple of our own employees, so I'm probably looking for a new one, yeah.
Yeah, I figured. I don't know if anyone wants to stick around to talk to the authorities, but I don't know if they'll really fault you for what happened. We all saw it, and I'm willing to stand and testify if you need. But if you'd like to just leave with me, I need some people. And she kind of like gestures, and the whole place is like slightly on fire, just a little bit. She's like, I feel like I've run out of candidates.
So you testify, me being a war guy, if I applied for like a soldier's license, you'd be able to confirm that you think I'm a soldier?
Oh, you were the guy that took down the big one?
Well,
yes, he
I mean,
was. And I give him a slap on the back.
Thanks, Dota.
Sure, maybe, but I didn't really see that.
Well, take it from us. If it wasn't for Brexit here, we would all be dead. They were able to cut through the masses like a hot knife through butter.
I'm willing to give you a reference if that's needed, but if anyone needs a job, I'm just saying I have spots to fill and no one left to fill them with, and you guys seem to get jobs done, but it's up to you. And she kind of turns to float away.
Now, what is the job?
How interested are you? Because I can't just be spilling secrets, because this is...
I'm in. I'm tired. All I do is fire people all day and ruin people's lives, and I'd rather die on the streets and do that for another 24 hours, so I'm in.
Yeah, the Patcher's like 100,000% in. And you, the war guy?
Is your job war related?
Look, I'm going to break it to you. Probably not, but it'll get you off the planet.
Then we can go find a war, Brexit.
I'm in.
She looks at you, Dota.
I got nothing here, so yeah, I'm in.
Okay. Well, first I should introduce myself. I'm sorry. I'm Ari Hanshaw. Lovely to meet you all. I'm kind of like one of the leads on Radiant Travels. We're like a brand new luxury liner that caters to the mega rich. We have a proprietary engine. We get people where they need to go fast and in style, which usually not a great market, but now with the drift crisis, people can't just get in a giant super yacht and drift. They got to get places, and then there's the trade-off. Do you go in a cramped, tiny ship, or do you shell out for a little bit more luxury, but that takes eons to get there? We've got a new engine. We can go faster than everybody else, which means we have more room, we have more luxury, and we're experiencing a boom we just didn't expect, and we need people. So you're going to be working behind the scenes, but you're going to be just helping us get from point A to point B in comfort and style. It's going to be great.
Are we going from an office to a cruise ship? Are you making us cruise ship employees now? Is that where this is going?
Yeah.
She's like, my name's Nana. My name's Ari. Ari Henshaw.
Sorry. Ari, so are you describing what I've read about before as a cruise ship?
It's similar, yeah, but just think like super fancy.
Sure. I've been catering to the super rich for the last decade, so let's do it on a boat. Woo!
Okay, I have a car waiting unless you need time to do anything else.
Wait, am I going to be a janitor on this ship?
So
We'll talk about it, Brexit.
there are multiple roles.
Different types of janitor.
I'll let you all decide which one suits who.
I'm gonna go find someone who's like not dead but passed out, and just kind of like I'm just gonna like tuck a couple copies of my book under their arm, and just like walk around and just the people who aren't dead. I want to make sure I'm not wasting a copy. I want to make sure when they wake up they'll actually be able to read it.
That is an important question. I'll give you the choice. The people you fought, did you kill or knock them unconscious?
I think I killed Snyder for sure.
Okay, sure.
Can't have that guy coming back.
Yeah, I probably killed the first person I mind thrusted.
Yeah, that's
rusty.
fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone else I'm okay with like just being real fucked up.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
I don't think I had any killing blows.
I want to go find Jane really quick before we leave.
sure.
Jane,
She's like covered in blood, like standing by the entrance with like a knife in every hand.
Jane, hard worker.
What did I say? 6 hands make light work.
So, I'm leaving.
Oh no!
I know.
You're going home. Is the fair over?
I got stuff to do. I'm going off world for a little bit.
Oh wow! Is it part of Busco? Because like, if you need a person, I can always come and be there.
What you can do? There's a Calalalu shaped puppet in my desk.
But that wasn't you.
Maybe not. Just wear that like a suit and pretend to be me. And to be honest, they will probably just be fine with it.
Okay, yeah, I'll totally give it a try. I'm actually really good at puppets, which is one of my resumes. I don't know if you got a chance to read it yet, but I've got 6 hands, so it's a lot of strings you can pull.
It's a lot of strings.
Do you know how many fingers that is? That's 30.
Also, if you see Creepy Carlson, stab him with those 6 knives.
I haven't seen him since about halfway through the day. Like, it seems like he's gone. I don't know.
I swear to God, if he's on this cruise ship.
Cruise ship? What are you talking about?
Anyway, Jane, love you, dear. Best of luck. All you have to do is say yes, and that's literally all you have to do, okay?
Yes.
Good job.
You see her clambering up to your puppet and, like, cutting a hole in the back of it.
Perfect. Yeah, and then I go and get in the car. Yep.
Important question. Where has Gixel been this whole time, Calalalu? Did you bring
my
them
God.
with you to the... I kind of just assumed they were on the edge of
Gixel's
the
probably
desk.
was on my desk the whole time so I could talk to them in between interviews. So I go over and get Gixel in the pot, and I just bring it with me.
Okay, amazing.
I see this plant. I'm just like, oh, hello.
You want to describe this plant, Calalalu?
Gixel looks... in my head, they look like a very tiny version of the people from the Zelda games.
Oh, like that.
Dooku.
Yeah.
I
Koroks?
don't know what they're called.
Koroks?
Yeah, Korok. Anyway, they look like that, like a little tiny, almost like bonsai plant that just like hangs out in this little in this pot, I guess.
Amazing.
They have one flower on their head, like a bright purple flower.
Anybody else have anything they want to do before getting in this car?
I got nothing here. I'm ready to ship out.
All right. As they like lead you out back into like this area with a door, and like they beep a key card and go through, and then there's another door and they beep a key card and they go through, and you see this like long, dark, like stretch limo basically. And she's like, all right, well, get in the back and make yourself comfortable, and we'll be there in no time. And she gets in the front.
I get in.
Yes, you guys, you pile in. The Bantrid's there, the Breneri, the Patra, you guys with Gixel, and the car, like, soundlessly just, like, slides away. What do you guys do? Because you're in the car.
Are there beverages?
There's water, and then sparkling water.
I'm
Slam
cracking a
water.
sparkling water. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Pure, like, filtered sparkling water. Oh, baby. Yeah, you know I'm guzzling that.
This is luxury.
It's pretty much the first water you've had that tastes like water in about, like, 8 weeks.
I'm drinking it so fast. You know when you drink, like, carbonated beverages, your eyes kind of like water?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm doing. I'm slamming it.
Yeah, on top of that, it's the first time you've breathed good air. Like, the air tastes and feels good. It's like you realize all of a sudden that all the air you've been breathing, you kind of get used to it. It's like thin and hurt your lungs, and your lungs start to like almost hurt more now that there's real air in them.
Does us being in this limo count as a 10-minute rest?
For sure, yeah.
I'm going to do that.
You see kind of like through these tinted windows, like chaos, like the riot has like spilled out kind of across the city. Someone gets tossed out of like a high-rise window and like lands on the road, like to your left as you drive past. You can hear gunfire in the distance towards the shipyards. But as you get to the edge of town, there's like a moment of fear because that's where the atmosphere generators end. And you've never been outside because there's nothing but death, but the car just keeps driving. And instead of suffocating, you hear like a little whir as the car's like internal atmosphere generator just starts working, which you have not seen on this planet before. And you start driving out into like the badlands of the planet where there are no buildings, and to your knowledge, nothing else out here.
So, is the ship out in the Badlands, barren area, or?
Well, she's up in the front, like with the thing closed.
I'm gonna look at there's like 3 other people that we haven't really met yet. I say, hello, I'm Dota Toll. Nice to meet y'all. I didn't catch your names, and again, I really do want to thank you for healing our friend here. That was awfully kind of you.
Yeah, it's no big deal. Sorry, Valastra, Val.
Val.
You can call me Val. It's easier.
That I will do, Val. Nice to meet you. I'm going to scoot on over to the, like, in between the Benary and the Bantrid, and I say, and who are you, friends?
Oh, I'm, you just call me Mailbag. Everyone kind of does.
Why?
I work in the mailroom, and it's a funny story. When I got there, they were like, you're so good with a mailbag, and you're so hard at work that you're going to work your way up, and you're going to go from mailbag to boardroom and be the top of the company. And that didn't happen yet.
That's not a funny story.
So if you quit, like obviously you quit the mailroom if you're coming here. So why do we still call you Mailbag?
I didn't want to quit the mailroom, but I find it really hard to. I kind of said yes, and I felt bad saying not yes. So
Maybe there's a mail room on the boat. on the ship.
Did I quit?
You're fired, I guess. Can I say
definitely.
that still? Do you want to be fired?
You're firing me?
I don't know. What do you want? I haven't put my notice in yet, I guess.
You can have more than one job. You're just taking a sabbatical, a professional sabbatical to explore your options.
You're taking a professional sabbatical. There we go.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll submit that form for you right now. Calalalu takes out their phone and starts, I guess, sends an email to someone, be like, "Hey, mailbag's on sabbatical." Like, company approved. I don't know.
Oh, okay. That makes me feel a lot better. And they kind of like reach down as their bag and they pull out this like plushy like mushroom and they just kind of like hug it as they're like looking out the window and like humming. Because Berneries all have a favorite object, and that's theirs.
Oh, that's so cute.
And last but not least,
Yeah, I'm blowed, innit?
Blowed.
Yeah, I'm blowed, innit? Your ears dumb?
Now, are you saying your name is Blowed, isn't it? Or are you is that a like confirmation word after that?
It's a confirmation word, innit? This guy's dumb. Are you guys dumb?
Isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not in it.
Yeah, all right. Well, Bird's all right. What about you, janitor, puke man?
Don't call me. I'm fine. Fuck off. Talk to them.
Whoa, wait, what? Say it to my fucking face.
It gets right in his face.
He
Fuck
gets
off.
right in your face. You fuck off.
We kiss.
He's, what the fuck, mate?
Yeah, exactly. Fuck off then.
Yeah, I'll fuck you off. No.
Yeah,
Fuck.
you will.
Guys,
will.
I'm still, as HR, I gotta say, this whole interaction goes against some policies. So if you don't mind, just sitting back down, and we're gonna have to do a workshop.
The Patra leans forward and like she's just like, can we all not fuck this up for the hour or two it takes us to get on this fucking ship, please? Some of us have been trying to do this for a long time, and I don't want a bunch of idiots ruining this.
There are no rules yet. We didn't sign any HR handbooks or anything. We're fine.
They're not going to hire a bunch of idiots doing idiot stuff.
So it's too late because I think they already hired us anyway.
Just please, can we not fuck this up for an hour? Maybe two. I don't know how long it's going to take.
Okay, we'll chill. You guys know any good road trip songs?
I'll give you 15 minutes.
She kind of like looks at you and like, you've seen Dota being scary, but this person is just kind of intimidating in general, like without trying. And she's like shredded. Like you can tell she's buff as hell.
We chill. The wheels on the limo go round and round, round and round, round and round.
You see claws like flex out of her hand.
Okay,
all
right,
she
no
just
songs.
like takes a deep breath and like pulls them back in, and then you see her like as the limo goes over like something in the road, and you see these gates opening out the window and a compound that again you did not know was out here as you guys drive in, and the limo goes kind of like underground and then opens up, and you're all in this like white like loading dock kind of area.
See, we're almost here.
I don't have. Do we have spacesuits?
No.
The door opens and you see like again there's just air as the contemplative like floats out, and she's like, just this way, guys. We're kind of on a schedule. Sorry to rush things, but
no, it's okay.
This day is not going well for anybody.
I mean, I say it's going well for me, but yeah, sure.
I like that positive attitude. Not a lot of people have that these days.
Well, keep me around and I'll make that change.
Amazing. Glad to have you as part of the team. As she leads you, you go through a door and there's this like insanely lavish, crazy nice like gold and mahogany and like red velvet, like beautiful lobby. Probably the kind of thing you've walked by maybe a 5-star hotel once and seen, but like have never really been in or felt like you belong in. And she's like, yeah, just over here, and like points at a little door.
Did I go?
Brexit goes in.
All right, here we go.
I trust this person
behind the
implicitly.
scenes, it's just like bare concrete and white walls, and she just like closes the door behind you and leads you down. So there's going to be 3 workstations when you get in the ship. I'll leave you guys to figure out the schedule. We're not going to step on that, but if you particularly like a task, you can claim it. We just kind of need people on it at all points, apart from between the hours of like 2 a.m. and maybe 8 a.m.
Okay.
Sound good? So rotate how you see fit. Everyone will be getting paid regardless, so feel free to share, like paid the same. So if you work 24/7, you're not going to get more. So don't be mean to yourselves. Take a break. Share the load.
Take a break. Share the load. Oh my goodness gracious.
Now I will say everything needs to be manned, but just I'm saying you can't work harder to get more money, but you also should have time. All right, it's going to be not the longest voyage, but it's we all know how cramped quarters can be. Be kind to each other.
What are the 3 workstations, if you don't mind me asking?
I'll show you. She brings you down, and there's like a door, and it's like, those airplane like things that lead you down, like the tunnels that lead you to the airport. It's that, but like there are no windows or anything. It just brings you down, and you get that like the weird kind of like connector part, and a door opens up, and she brings you in, and there's like a long white hallway going down. At the end, there's like a turn, and there's a door on the right, a door on the left. And she pulls out a box from a shelf and is like, just weapons first in here. As I said, cramped quarters, we definitely don't want people, it's just work policy.
Yeah, that's fair. Calalalu takes her gun out of her feathers and puts it in. I believe Brexit just has a mop.
Brexit takes out their mop and they take out like a few anti-swarm grenades that they have left over. Drops that in, puts in the club they took for the crowbar from a crowbar guy. Yeah, Brexit also finds some like plasma claws in one of their pockets, puts it in there, and also just like has like a club just tucked into like their underwear and pulls that out and drops it in.
Don't you also have an SMG?
Oh, the SMG was in the mop. I left it back at the.
Oh, okay. She's like, okay. Turns to Dota.
I just unzip my jacket, grab my like shoulder holster, and I take a semi-auto pistol and put it in the thing.
Yeah, and she goes around, and you see like the Bantrid has these like electro knuckles. The Bruneri just has like a knife, and then the Patra has no weapons. And then is anyone trying to conceal a weapon or anything?
No, I have a beak.
Yeah, no, I figured. And she kind of like leads you in, and you see like a room with like 2, almost look like vending machines, and one, like you can tell you've seen this before. Back when things weren't fucked, one is like a drink dispenser, one's a food dispenser, and it kind of just like automatically will make meals. There's a long table, and then you see like 3 pods on the other side of the room, and then like common area with like bunk beds, and then like a bathroom. And she's just like, okay, I'll take you through the 3 jobs really quickly. One is going to be, and it's not a janitor, but it's like waste management. These call them like Roombas. You're just gonna pilot one. We need real, like, precise attention to detail when you're on the floor. These guests, you need to be out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, whatever. I'll take it. Shut up.
Well,
all
hey,
right.
again,
Everyone's just looking at me. Fine.
Then we also have
do
another
it.
waste-focused one. She kind of looks at you happily, like, hey, it might be right up your alley either. This is our recycling sorting facility. There's arms, and you control them with these things. We just need to separate the recycling. We don't really like to put that burden on our guests. They don't really like to participate in that way, but we also love tax breaks, and we need to keep our green star. So that's one of them. And then the last one, this one is both the easiest and the hardest. You're just going to be adjusting temperatures. If someone walks into a room, you have a guide on which person wants which temperature in which room. So you're just going to manually adjust it when that person walks in. If 2 people walk in, just try to hit an average between them. Pretty simple though.
Okay.
Amazing. We're gonna be getting off. It's probably gonna be maybe a week in flight, not too long, and then we'll let you guys off. We'll be at Civility, and then you're free to rejoin for another trip, or you can go your separate ways. We'll be paying double minimum wage.
Oh, okay, yeah. This seems great. Thank you so much.
I can give up war for this, yeah.
Incredible. If there's anything you need, there's a buzzer over there. We'll be right with you. Safe travels, get comfortable. We'll be launching any second now. And she leaves, and the door closes, and you hear and then she's gone.
So we all live in here together?
Yeah.
She explained what they did, but not how they do them. Does anyone know how to work any of this stuff? Because I gotta tell you, I'm more of a people person. Me and technology don't exactly, mesh.
Feels like the temperature one's up your alley. Just seems like a knob.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the temperature thing and just kind of like look at it and see if I can figure out what I'm looking at.
Yeah, you see like a list of, it's like a touchscreen with a list of rooms. On the left is like a panel being like, Davidson, 20 degrees. And it's basically a list of people and temperatures, and then each room, and you see like dots as they're all clustered in like what's called the ballroom right now.
I crank that heat all the way. But does it look like does it look like it's going to be difficult to do?
It looks pretty easy. Like,
okay.
If a lot of people start going to a lot of different rooms, you might have to be like quick. But like, you basically just drag a slider to a temperature.
Cool. Yeah, I think I could figure this, and I'm just sort of like moving them around.
as you feel like a rumble and the distinctive feeling of a ship setting off. There's like a moment of disorientation before the grav sets in, and then you're leaving Planet Bosco, and you all have a job.